Okay guys, so today I am hiking in the rain. Okay, so today we're just getting started on the Enlow Fork Trail in Greene County. It does cross over into Washington County, Pennsylvania for a little bit. It's only about 40 minutes from my house. I've actually been on this trail before, about mid to late last summer. I came out here. The reason I want to come out here now, even though it's raining, is late spring is when all the flowers are supposed to start blooming on this trail, and I've never seen that. I keep hearing people talk about it, so we're here. So the flowers are supposed to, I think it's still sprinkling just a little bit, but the flowers supposedly bloom best late April, which is why this date was so important. It's the only day I have off this week or next, I believe, where I can come out here. And I'm not really a flower photographer or even a macro photographer, but I really wanted to see what everybody talked about here, so I've been planning this trip for a little while. And it's raining. So I am just doing a little day hike today. It's just a single in and out. The trail I'm on is about, I think, somewhere around 4 miles long. It's an out and back. When I did this trail last time, I ended up doing about 9 miles. So most of my trips revolve around photography, whether it's a day hike, a multi-day backpacking trip, mountain biking, kayaking, or whatever I'm doing. I take some kind of camera, big or small, to make the most of it. On a day hike, I can bring out the big guns. I can carry a big full frame camera, bring a few extra lenses, because I'm not carrying all the extra weight that a multi-day backpacking trip would need. But we're about a mile in, and I really haven't seen a whole lot yet. So, although I'm not sure what I'm looking for. I don't know if there's a certain area where the flowers grow, but we're still looking. So we're gonna go off trail for a second and see what this is up here. So I'm gonna assume this was some kind of structure at some point. There are some flowers back here. So I just took my first couple of photos, found some pretty white flowers, don't know what the heck they are, I'm sure somebody will know, but I don't have a clue. I'm not a flower guy. So actually, let's take some photos right here. that'll do. Get a few more this way. Still raining. These flowers are kind of beat up, but let's see what we can get here. So here comes the second bridge. And these bridges are about 100 years old. Old iron bridges. Hard to believe cars used to travel across this thing. I would imagine cars maybe were lighter back then, I don't know, or maybe it's horse and buggy. I don't know. What do we have 100 years ago? There's cars 100 years ago, right? 1920? Yeah, there were some cars, but I'd imagine. I should probably stop talking because I sound so stupid. I don't know history. I know we had cars, I know there were horses back then, so I'm not the first person to cross this bridge, let's put it that way. So cars no longer have access to this road, although I'd imagine, you know, someone has access out here. It is a forest road, but your general public doesn't have access to it. It's pretty neat walking across something that's been here this long that most people don't get to see. So we're a little over 3 miles into the trip. So for me, as far as photography goes, I'm looking for flowers that are kind of grouped together a little closer. I am seeing lots of stuff to photograph, but a single flower by itself to me isn't very interesting. I want to find groupings of flowers that I can put a composition together that interests me. So those pictures didn't turn out that great, but you know, they're not all going to be winners. They're not all going to be wall hangers. You're not going to impress everybody with every single shot. You're definitely not going to be personally satisfied with every photo you take. And if you are, you're kind of lying to yourself. If you're expecting to go out and take 100 pictures and love 100 pictures, then you're not really being critical enough of your own work, and that's no way to grow as a photographer. I've been doing this for 18, 19 years, and when I first started, I would share my pictures with everybody, my friends and family. And of course, they would tell me how amazing I was, and they were terrible. Looking back, those pictures were god-awful, but thankfully, my family loved me enough not to tell me that. So I wasn't really discouraged, but you do have to get to a point where you're very critical of your own work. You never really stop growing as a photographer. The best way to do that is to shoot a lot and be hard on yourself. So if you take 100 pictures, share 2 of them, share 3. That's probably it. Now if you're doing like a blog post, something like that, obviously you can put more pictures together of your entire trip. But I'm saying if you're really trying to showcase some fine artwork, and you're going to spend all day out hiking or backpacking or just traveling, and you really want to show off your best work, you know, the percentage is going to be very low of your keepers, the ones you're satisfied with, or they should be anyway. You shouldn't be posting every single picture, or sharing every single picture, or even printing every single picture. Just save the ones you like. Now, I'm not saying if you take 100 pictures and you love 12, or if you love 20, hey, God bless you. You're a better photographer than I am. But just be critical, be picky. Now, if you're just taking snapshots, disregard that whole conversation. This is mainly for my photographer friends. Be picky about your work. it is still raining. But not too hard. But it's been non-stop. So what I'm looking at is actually more back this way. There is some fog rolling in up on the ridge line up there. And it's not a super amazing picture or anything, but it gives me something to do here. Now again, they're not all going to be winners, they're not all going to be amazing, but you just keep trying. I'm soaked. Pants are soaked. Shirt's actually dry, but well, dry from rain, but I'm sweating. I know most people like to hike on more of a single track trail instead of a forest road, but this is still really nice, although muddy. Better than sitting on the couch. So we're coming to the end of the forest road, where the last gate is, but it does keep going. So we're gonna keep going. We're almost 5 miles in. It is still raining. Hasn't stopped, not even for a minute. Hasn't been real extreme, but I'm soaked. It's supposed to be a rain jacket. I'm not sure if it's actually working or not. If you look, there's houses up here. So if you come in from that side, you can actually park in this turn here, or back down the hill. So that's our turnaround point. Still lots more to do. That's not bad. So some people are not big fans of the out and back trails like this one. You hike out, you turn around, and you go back to where you came from. Most people don't like those because they're kind of boring, or they can be boring. But it depends on what you're looking for as a photographer. You know, I'm seeing things on the way back that I didn't notice before. I may not take a picture of everything, but it's definitely different scenery to me. I don't mind the out and back trails. And it's starting to rain again. Good times. So I'm going to walk down near the creek, see if there isn't something I can find to photograph here. Tempted to just kind of walk around the creek a little bit, find something to shoot. So don't know how deep it is. We'll find out. But it actually feels pretty good on the feet. So what I'm working with here is I have my Pentax K1. What I love about this camera, one of the reasons I love it, is I can actually adjust my screen brightness on the fly using a direct access key right there. It's pretty cool. So even though I can still see my meter, I can still see my histogram, got my highlight warnings on so I can see all that, but I can change my screen brightness as I go. Now it does kill the battery pretty quickly, but it allows me to at least see what I'm working with when I'm working with live view. So on the front of the camera, this lens here is a 28-105, just a simple, like a kit lens, close to a kit lens, more of a glorified kit lens. It is 3.5 to 5.6, so it's nothing fancy, but it is pretty sharp, and it's weather sealed, I believe. I think it is. So far I haven't had a problem. Okay, so the circular polarizer's on there. I've adjusted that to the point where I got the reflections knocked down to where I'm happy with them. And then in front of the polarizer, I have I think it's a 10 stop. Yeah, put a 10 stop ND filter in there to kind of slow down the water. I'm gonna get like a 20-30 second exposure. Right now I'm working with 30-second exposure. And I do have a soft edge 3-stop graduated filter to help knock down some of the sky, the trees there. So that way the water and the rocks stand out just as well as the sky. So I'm just gonna adjust that a little bit so I'm happy with it. You slide it up and down, that graduated filter part, until you get it right where you want it, until you're happy with it. This is why I take a big sturdy tripod out here on day hikes, so I can jump in the water and I'm sure it's going to be stable enough in the water. That tripod can handle much faster water than this here and still be pretty stable. So that's why I lug that big thing around. I love that tripod. Okay, now I got to find my way back across the creek. Woo! That's cold water. Those flowers are actually everywhere. I don't know how I missed them all on the way down. So I'm gonna do some pictures of this old dirt road here. Shooting f11, it's about 25th of a second. I get 100 eyes, so you can just see a little bit of color on both sides of the road there. Oh, what is that? I found an old well. Get out of here. That's freaky. Never found one of those before. Huh. Well, there's a little house structure up there at one time. Maybe this was their well, and they got water. So a little picture over here. So I'm going to set up another road shot here. Take the picture. Got a 2-second timer. Shooting the f8. And there's that shot there. Okay, I got another picture here going on. We're going to take a picture of this road. Get on a 2-second timer. I really like that. So like I was saying earlier, when you walk back on an out and back trail, you often see things that you didn't see the first time, and this is definitely a clear case of that. Still raining. See that? There's definitely more flowers out now than I realized. I keep saying that. I'm just kind of stunned that those were here on the way out. I walked right by them. And we're back at the first bridge. There's means we're only about a mile away from the car. Alright guys, so I can see the gate. I am almost done with my hike. My car is just about 100 yards past the gate. If you guys have any questions or comments about some of the gear I used today, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I will absolutely answer this as best that I can. As always, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. Can't do the walk away thing. Walk of shame. Gotta get my camera.